And for our next breath, we are going to do a take, I suppose, on rectangle. So the willow tree is associated with the moon, with the lunar cycles. It's the lunar tree. And so on the inhale, perhaps you can imagine the moon as it waxes, as it gets bigger. As your lungs fill, so the moon gets bigger. Have a pause at the top for the full moon. And then as you exhale, imagining the moon getting smaller. And then pause at the bottom again for the inhale, for the new moon. Before inhaling, pausing, exhaling, and pausing all over again. And I'm not going to count for you here. Find your own count. Imagining that growing moon as your lungs grow and you get to the top of your inhale. Pausing to honor the full moon. Before you gently exhale and pause at the bottom to honor the new moon. Just keep your pauses to be about the same length and your inhale and exhale to be about the same length. Making a kind of rectangle with your breath. And just noticing as you're breathing how you are feeling as you connect to that moon cycle. Maybe imagining the way sometimes our emotions pull on us and seem to get bigger. Then how also with the breath and with our awareness, we can let those emotions dissipate and move on, energy in motion. Keep bringing your attention back to your breath and the visualization of the waxing and waning moon. And you might notice the quality of the different phases. Maybe noticing how the inhale feels and how it feels to pause at the top of your breath with full lungs. Noticing how the exhale feels, perhaps like a release, perhaps something different. And then noticing the pause at the bottom with empty lungs. And being aware of these phases of your breath and noticing how each feels. We've got 40 seconds or so maybe allowing your next exhale to be the last exhale in this pattern and return to your natural rhythm. And as we move into the silence, just noticing how it felt to breathe with the moon.
And as the birds bring the silence to a gentle close, just reflecting on what that silence felt like. And what was in the silence for you.